Hi guys, and welcome to Virtual Jeopardy Games. Of course, like I say in every video, go ahead and make sure that you subscribe, tap that notification bell, so if you need to get back to these instructions, you will have an easier time finding this YouTube page. So let's get started. So I just signed into my Zoom account. If you don't have a Zoom account, you need to set one up. Then you would click sign in at the top right of the screen. And then after you sign in, you will see a page like this. And on the top right, it says schedule a meeting, join a meeting, host a meeting. So if you have not scheduled your game with your group of individuals yet, you would click on schedule a meeting. And you would name your meeting. You don't have to put a description, but you can. You can say something like Virtual Jeopardy Games, or call the name of the meeting Virtual Jeopardy Games, the date. Put in the date of the game and the time of the game. Here it says your Zoom basic plan has 40-minute time limit on meetings with 3 or more participants. Upgrade now. So I'm not sure why it's saying this. Maybe I'm not actually logged on into my account, but I have upgraded. So you may need to upgrade your account or use something other than Zoom that would allow you to connect with people for more than 40 minutes. Whatever you normally use for your video chats, if you already have an account with some other software, then use that. But I have an upgraded account. Here you would put in the duration of the meeting. I usually put 2 hours. It may not take that long. It may be over, just depending on how much fun you guys are having. I often, in the games, would take moments. If a song is really good that I'm playing, we might just pump up the volume and just all like start singing the words to a song in the middle of a game. So things like that could stretch the game out. So I usually put at least 2 hours. Make sure your time zone is correct. You don't want to text everybody your link for your meeting with the wrong time. I've definitely received plenty of wrong links before, and I've probably sent wrong links as well. So that's all you really have to do. I wouldn't change anything that's already defaulted. Just leave things checked off as they are, and you would save. And then after you save, since I'm not doing a real meeting right now, well, maybe I should. Let's go ahead. So let's make believe Virtual Jeopardy Games. I'm not going to put a description. Let's say I'm going to do it next week at 6 p.m. I'm going to make it for this. I'm going to put 2 hours. It's probably going to ask me to upgrade, but I'm upgraded, so I don't know what's going on. And then when you hit save, it creates the meeting. You see the time of the meeting, so you want to double check everything's correct. You can add it to your Google Calendar, Outlook, or Yahoo. You have a meeting ID, and here's your invite link. And then there's a little button here where you can copy the invitation. Copy meeting invitation. And then what I usually do is open up my email and click it in an email. And then from there, I can open my email from my phone and copy the link from the email and then send it as a text message. You can paste it into a text. Or if you want to just send it as an email, that's fine as well. So that's how you would set up and schedule a meeting. So after you've scheduled the meeting and it's the day of, you can click join a meeting and you would join your own meeting. If you wanted to do a meeting on the fly just to test out your connection with a friend, you can just go to host a meeting with video on and just do a meeting like right there on the fly. Okay. So let's see. Just for the purposes of this teaching video, I'm just going to put host a meeting with video off because I don't want to be seen right now. I'm looking a little crazy. Okay, so when you open your Zoom meeting, you will have the option to join with audio, share a screen, invite others. So if you already have invited others prior, you shouldn't have to invite more right then and there. You have your invite link again right here. And what you're going to do, well, let's go to join audio. You want to make sure that your microphone and your video is set up properly. So you want to make sure either both are connected. I'm just going to give you an option. Let's see. I'm already connected, but you definitely want computer audio on. Then when you go down here, you want to check your mic. And when I speak, you see the green kind of going up and down. So I know it's already picking up my voice. And here, when you open up this button, you go to select a microphone, And let's see. This is my computer's microphone, and I actually have a headset microphone on, so I'm going to click headset. And then let's just open that again. So I have a list of different microphones that I use for different videos. So you want to make sure you have the right name there. And then for select a speaker, you have to know your computer speaker name. For people who haven't done this before, you probably will only have one option to click. So I don't want my headset, clicked twice. It will confuse things and you won't be able to hear anybody. So this is my computer's speaker. That's the output. That's where you can listen and hear others from. So I'm going to make sure that's right. Realtek high definition audio is selected. So here you have start video, but I turned my video off, but you will have yours turned on. And when you click on the arrow, you want to just make sure the correct camera is selected. For people who have not done this before, only a laptop's camera will probably show. But if you use external cameras like I do, my Logitech is already selected. I'm not going to choose a virtual background, so people's going to just see my background. All right, so next, you don't really have to do anything with the security button. Participants just auto-populates when people start logging in. There's a chat button. And so with the chat button, with the Jeopardy games, there will be points where if someone gets a question wrong, every other player can go to the chat button and pre-type in what they think the answer is. So let's see if I could. Oh, here it is. I'm like, where is it? So say someone's guessing and thinking of a question, and I'm like, oh, I know that. That's Onyx. So I have it, but I didn't hit send yet. So if they get it wrong, I can hit send or enter on the keyboard. And whoever sends the answer first steals the money, steals that amount for that question, okay? So let's go back to this toolbar. As you notice, this toolbar disappears when I move the mouse sometimes. So if you're confused and you can't find it, you just move your mouse, bring it down, and it should pop up. And you can also move it around to make it convenient. Once the meeting starts, you can just drag it to different places in the screen. So the next thing you want to do is share the screen. This is what everyone else is going to see when you are playing the game. So I'm going to click share screen, and I have different tabs open currently. So I have to look at the different pictures and see which screen I want to share. So here's my Hip Hop Jeopardy PowerPoint. So I'm going to open and share that. So when you purchase the game, you should have downloaded it to your computer. You open the file. It opens in Microsoft PowerPoint. And now you're sharing that screen. So I clicked on it. You see it's highlighted in blue, and then you click share. Perfect. And as you can see, well, maybe you can't see, my Zoom taskbar is above this screen, but it's not in the recording field, so you cannot see it. But you should. Maybe I can just drag it down so you could see it here, because I told you I can move it around. So here it is. So I just moved it down, but I want it out of the way so you can see the screen. So I'm going to just move it back up. But when I need to, I'll just bring it down. Okay, so you have this open. You're ready to play with your friends. It's like a couple of hours before. You're just making sure everything's set up. You open your Microsoft PowerPoint, and this is the first slide, the opening slide. This is what everyone's going to see. I recommend, you playing a little music in the background. You have your little speaker, hopefully a little wireless speaker next to your laptop, and you're getting into the vibe. And so if you look to the left, you will see a variety of slides. Okay, so as you go down, there's like 165 slides. Why so many slides? Because there are a lot of blank slides. So you see here I have blank, blank, blank. And that is because we don't want people to accidentally see the answers to some of the questions. So there's a question slide and an answer slide. So I put lots of blank slides in between. So if you accidentally scroll, you don't give away an answer. All right. So what you should do is go here to the bottom right and click on slideshow. And let me go back to that main screen. So you would be on the first slide, you click slideshow, and it says Hip Hop Jeopardy. On the bottom right, I kind of have the buttons cut off here. Bottom left. There are, let's see if I can pause for a second and get a good view. Okay, I just brought down the field a little bit. So now you can see these tabs better on the left. There's a left arrow, right arrow. You can also use your keyboard to go left and right. There's a paint arrow, and you will be using this for the game. And the other arrows we won't, so I won't go into it. So if you hit the escape button on your keyboard, you go back to your original. Okay? If you go down to the right, slideshow, it opens up. And this is how you're going to be when you play the game. So you have your music going, everybody's logging on. Once it's time for the game, I recommend that you escape and you go into Zoom so you can talk to people as they're logging on. Let's see. Because I'm sharing this screen, it's only going on this screen, but here. So I would go to the screen share, right? If everything's good, say new share and go like to my Zoom. Okay, so I could see friends and things. So let's just do it. So I go back to the Zoom, I hit share. And if we were in a real meeting, they would be, coming in, and you would be seeing faces and saying hello. You have your music playing in the background. If people haven't met each other before, you can probably take some time to, everybody say their names and where they're from and kind of welcome each other, and then let the games begin. So then you would tell them that you're about to share your screen, and you go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go back to my Hip Hop Jeopardy screen to share. So once you're in this screen, you're still going to be able to see everybody's faces. Okay? So, it's just up to you, your style. If you want to have this open, as everybody's logging in, you should still be able to do so. So I'm going back to my slideshow. I'm going back to the left here. Everybody's logged in. I can see all their faces. Sometimes all the squares will be right here, and you can pull those squares around to your liking on the screen. Okay. Then once the games begin, we click right, and then your Jeopardy game will show. And I'm going to pause to just get a better field here on the screen. Okay, so now you can see the Jeopardy board well. You see up here, 90s hip hop artist female, and then you can read across of all the categories. Name that song is the last. Some of the links here are in pink, and that means they're clickable basically. Anything in pink, you can actually click on it and something will open. So if I choose 90s hip hop artist female and I click on it, you will see the question. All right. And then you read the question and then you click on answer. All right. So as the host, you're going to see the answers anyway. So I let you see that one. And then this one, as you notice, this category is the only category in pink. And that's because I hyperlinked it to a wheel board, a name of a wheel board. So I'm going to click that. And it opens to a website. Hopefully they can see the screen. If they say they cannot see the wheel, you go back to share and you make sure that you click on that screen that shows the wheel and then you hit share like I just did. And play with this website is pretty easy. You just put in everybody's names here and then you click it and it spins. And that way you get the order of players. So you just pick who's first, who's second, third, fourth, fifth. After you do that, you do not need to open this wheel again. So I go back to my share screen and go back to the Jeopardy game. All right, and that's it, guys. That's how you navigate this Jeopardy game.